education that prepares a generation to meet the challenges that face them in their time, and without causing any influence for the future generations.
Sustainable development is, from my point of view, is a very complex, controversial concept which should involve issues that deals with social justice, the creation of autonomy, self-determination, for us to finally be able to have a lifestyle which allows us to be on Earth for much longer than we have been planning to.
ESD, I think it's an important tool for citizens to give them the essential skills to participate in the political life and to really get to influence the public policy process.
Hello, I'm Margaret Brut from Belgium, and ESD for me stands for quality education. I think ESD is the greatest challenge there is nowadays, because education has to meet the challenges of this society, such as climate change, such as poverty, but also over-consuming. So that's why ESD is relevant, and that's why ESD is for me.
Sustainable development for me is empowering the youth to have the right knowledge and the right skills, attitudes, to make decisions that will impact what the future will hold for our next generation.
ESD is like a seed, and it has to be planted in the proper place by the proper people and nurtured in the proper way in order for it to grow.
ESD for me, Education for Sustainable Development, is about facilitating an atmosphere where individuals, businesses, and generally everyone in society have a common ground for talking about the challenges of today and being able to understand the complexity of these challenges.
Actually, many things have motivated me into sustainability issues, but I think above all of them, which doesn't mean doesn't exclude them, is the fact that Brazil is a country that's mega diverse. Yeah, it's got loads of biodiversity, and I've been seeing this diversity being destroyed over the years, and come to realize that it's up to populations and individuals and actually social formations to try to change this situation.
Sustainability is all around us. We have climate change, we have food security, HIV/AIDS, a lot of social, economic, environmental issues that impact you and me. And the only way that we can take care of it is if we take action step by step in our own lives. And this is why I'm interested in sustainable development. This is why I hope that we together can help address some of these challenges to make our world a better place.
Being a young person and being very observant with a lot of things that are happening around me, from the crime to the rape to the abuse to the pollution to global warming, you know, things that people don't concern themselves with. So I think I strongly believe that if I don't do it, then no one can.
What has motivated me for sustainable issues is the fact that I actually belong to the hills, and I've seen the hills getting destroyed, especially speaking from the environmental angle, a lot of waste being thrown here and there. That actually motivated me to get into the environment. And if I see Indian society, there are a lot of problems out there in terms of gender issues, the caste system. That actually motivates me to look at a social dimension. And obviously the poverty out there, I mean, we'll have to do something about it. So that's how I've got into ESD. And that's what motivates me to work for ESD in India.
Well, I'm as a person, I want to contribute to the world for tomorrow, the world of my children, my grandchildren. I think it's important for everyone to take part in this and to take action, and to take action now.
Actually, ESD is important for me because we are living in a world facing a lot of challenges, and especially in third world countries where I'm coming from, where education is facing a lot of problems. and therefore we should improve it and use education for sustainable development that will last for the coming decades and for the coming generations.
Because as young, I have to engage myself to involve in building sustainable development because my life depends on it.
When I was a child, I grew up in a place where there were many trees, where the air was fresh and everything. And then growing up throughout the years, I observed that things change so rapidly within a few years. At my age now, after 10, 15 years, the younger generation I see that the younger generation cannot enjoy that anymore. And it really hurts because we want the young children to enjoy life in a world that is clean, in a world that is safe.
I think it's intrinsic.
All right.
It's in my heart. Aside from that, I feel for people who do not have access to taking part in decisions, but everyone, we've been talking about voices, everyone has a voice, and we need to enable people to have their voice heard. That's what's driven me.
التعليم من أجل التنمية المستدامة.
Éducation pour le développement durable.
التنمية المستدامة.
Educação para o desenvolvimento sustentável.
Образование для устойчивого развития.
أصوات شباب التعليم من أجل التنمية المستدامة.
Education for sustainable development.
Educatie voor duurzame ontwikkeling.
एक मजबूत तरक्की के लिए शिक्षा.
Imfundo yenqubekela phambili enempumelelo.
Half of the world is under 20 years old, and 90% of all these young people live in developing countries. This is a huge population that need to be engaged in decision-making for the future. While we stand before you, I remind you that we are the voice of 25 participants. Can we please invite these 25 voices to stand up? Notice these faces. We invite you to engage with us during the conference. Ask us about our initiatives, and we are ready to engage with you. Thank you very much.
See the nation through the people's eyes. See tears that flow like rivers from the skies, and where it seems there are only borderlines, where others turn inside, you shall rise. You shall rise. There's disaster in your past, boundaries in your path. What do you desire when lifts you higher? You don't have to be extraordinary, just forgiving those who never heard your cries. You shall rise. You shall